Hello, lovely Algebra 2 students. Let's go ahead and start our log study guide. So we'll do the calculator section first. Problem 1, solve for x. So 3 to the power of x equals 24. So we can just straight up write this in log form from the get-go. So start writing your log. What should the base be? Well, the base should be the same as the base of the exponential part, which is 3. And what should go inside the log? 24 should go inside the log, and that will equal x, right? That's kind of the crucial understanding of logs and exponential thingies. How do you read a log? Well, you say the base of the log to that power equals that thing right there. So these two should be equivalent. 3 to the power of x equals 24, and log base 3 of 24 equals x. And that's what we want. But let's pretend like you didn't even know that. What could we do? Well, we could just straight up log both sides. I could log 3 to the x, and I could log 24. So if you don't remember the rewriting way to do this, you could do that. And then what could we do at that point? Well, I could plug the left side, meaning I could take that exponent and write it as a coefficient. So that would be x times log of 3 equals log of 24. And then how would I get x by itself? Well, I would divide by log of 3. So running out of room, so I'll write it here, but I would say x equals log of 24 over log of 3. And if you compare these two pieces right here, they actually say the exact same thing. Log of 24 over log of 3 is really just the change of base formula version of log base 3 of 24. And so if you're on an older calculator, you actually would have to do this as log of 24 divided by log of 3. So it's kind of cool to see it coming from just solving it a different way. At least I think so. So how do we evaluate this on our calculator? So if you are on a newer calculator, all you have to do is hit the alpha button right here, and then the window button right there, and then option 5, I believe, will give you the option that says log base. If you choose that on your screen, it should print something that looks like this. Log with a little box there for you to enter the base, and then probably some parentheses with another box there. So we want log base 3 of 24. So use your arrow keys, put those in the right spot, and then type that in. Now, as I said, or maybe I didn't, but I said in class, you can only do that if you're on a newer calculator with the newer operating system. If you're on an older one, then what you're going to need to do is you're not going to have the option to use the log base feature. You just have to use the straight up log feature, which means log base 10. So just hit the log button right there. It will print log on your screen with one parenthesis. Type your 24, close the parenthesis. You have to close that parenthesis, and then divide that by, hit the log button again, and it'll give you that parenthesis, and then do a 3. And then for good measure, close that parenthesis, hit enter. You should get the same answer both ways. I'm waiting for my computer to load so I can pull up my TI-84 calculator. And in the meantime, since this will take like 2 hours for my computer to turn on, oh, maybe you just heard that. In the meantime, I want to remind you, if you are at the point where you have a log base 3 of 24 and you're trying to remember how to evaluate that on an older calculator, remember the change of base formula says take the log of the argument, meaning the thing inside the log, the 24, and then divide it by the log of the base. And we say the base stays in the basement, which is just a little wordy way of remembering that whatever the base is of the original log, that's the number that's going to be on the bottom of the fraction, and then the other number is going to be in the top. But again, if you just straight up log both sides and then use the power log rule, you don't really need to even remember that. It just kind of happens. So if we evaluate log base 24 divided by log base of 3, we should get our answer, which is x is roughly 2.89, and then it should say 27 on your calculator, which we will round to 3. So x is roughly 2.893.